Hi, I'm Bill Schulz, President of the Unitarian Universalist Service Committee. I love restaurants. I go out to restaurants all the time. Because I travel so much for UUSC, I'm probably in a restaurant at least 3 or maybe 4 days a week somewhere in this country. But the truth is, and I feel a little guilty admitting this, the truth is that until UUSC started its compassionate consumption campaign a couple of years ago, and until I read the UUA Common Read book, Behind the Kitchen Door, I hadn't thought a lot about the welfare of the folks who are making my life so pleasant in restaurants. That's a terrible thing to admit, but it's true, and I suspect it's true of a lot of us. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought back upon my own history with restaurant workers. My mother was a wonderful person, but she might be the first to admit that she wasn't the greatest cook in the world. And so my parents and I often went out to restaurants when I was a little boy, one in particular. And the servers in that restaurant, I remember them to this day, Alice and Jane, couldn't have been more welcoming to this little boy. Couldn't have been more pleasant to us, made us feel safer, made us feel enwrapped in their love and their appreciation. My wife, Beth Graham, a Unitarian Universalist minister herself, served as a waiter in several diners in Gloucester, Massachusetts when she was working her way through graduate school. What that made me realize is that restaurant workers are part of our families, or could well be. They are certainly our friends. They are certainly part of our larger community. And that means we have an obligation to them. Now, the tipped minimum wage is still only $2.13 an hour. That is just outrageous. It would be outrageous for any worker, of course, but it's particularly outrageous for workers who make our lives so much easier to live. So UUSC is committed to doing what we can to change that. Of course, first, when you go to a restaurant, look that restaurant worker in the eye. Be kind, loving, generous, especially generous with your gratuities. Recognize that that's a human being there with a family, that that person may be working even though they're ill, may be working without paid sick days, certainly is probably working without sufficient health benefits, and may well be working for $2.13 an hour, plus tips. We can change that. UUSC is committed to changing that. Go on our website. Tell those restaurant workers you're committed. Go on our website, take the actions we recommend, and together, let's end this moral outrage. Let's make sure that our friends are paid a living wage.